Fortnite has influenced Battlefield more than you know. Since the new Battlefield 5 was unveiled to the whole world yesterday, there has been a lot of drama. A lot of people are angry and confused with their perception of this new direction Battlefield 5 looks to be taking the franchise. It's not their fault. The trailer itself was really chaotic and hard to digest. There was simply too much going on condensed into 2 minutes. But one of the biggest causes for anger is what people are calling a break in immersion. What's their problem? Their problem is that there's women fighting, there's face painting and funky prosthetics, we've got skin customizations which are putting people off and making them feel like there's a break in immersion. And it comes across as goofy. My own initial reaction was that it's not aesthetically pleasing to look at. But I've now taken a step back and come to a bit of an epiphany. I know exactly what's going on now. I think I do. I think I know exactly what Battlefield is trying to achieve. And I think the success of Fortnite has a lot to do with this. Well, I think I do, and my disclaimer for this video is that this is purely speculation. I am just making an educated guess from the facts which have been presented to us. I'm certainly not in any affiliation with DICE.EA, so let's get straight into it.
Okay, but what about Premium Pass? Will it be one of those games where I have to shell out another $50 6 months after I've bought the game? Is that how it works?
Well, I guess I get the fun part of not taking any more of your money as well. But no, there's no more Premium Pass in this game. This means no more.
Everyone is quick to cheer at the news of no more Premium Pass, and rightfully so, because that can only be a good thing. No restrictions separating player bases and no more upfront large costs of a Premium Pass. It's great news. But what we haven't been told yet is their plans for their new replacement revenue stream.
I mean, this means no more paying for maps, no more paying for modes. This is something the community has asked for. This is something the team really believes in. So what we want is a game where people stay together, they play the games together, and they get to go on this journey through World War II together.
They want us to go through this journey through World War II, through what they're labeling as tides of war, or also live service.
So, to tell us all about live service, please welcome back Natalie and Daniel.
So launch is really just the beginning. Tides of War is an epic journey that you and your company will take through World War II. It will bring you an evolving, diverse game that will grow over time as we immerse you and your company in different theaters of war. It will differ from all previous Battlefield games. And the most important thing, it's open to all players.
And with Tides of War, our players will experience themed chapters of World War II, each spanning over several months. And these will focus on key moments that impacted the outcome of the conflict.
So another way to say this is we are getting DLCs, each one lasting several months. The only difference is it's free to all players. So the only question left is, how many DLCs can we get?
This sounds to me like a wild, full ride through World War II, but Lars, how big of a journey will this be?
How long is the string? No, I mean, to put it into perspective, this was World War. And I mean, to me, it's going to be a huge journey. We want to take you on that journey with chapters from the history. And
how long is a piece of string? A huge journey through World War II. So how many DLCs are we going to get? The answer is indefinitely. This whole live service Tides of War is a plan to provide continuous updates to the game over an indefinite period of time. So this brings me back nicely to my point of a new continuous revenue stream, something which DICE and the AI expect will be wanting to go after now, particularly given that this is an indefinite pursuit of providing live updates. And you got to remember that DICE and EA, they are businesses, they are not a charity, and so it would only be naive to assume that they would not pursue an additional revenue stream to fund these updates. And I believe I know a very likely candidate method that they're going to do this with. Fortnite just happened to have revolutionized the gaming industry with their approach of free, indefinite, and continuous streams of updates. It would be naive to assume that Battlefield have outright ignored Fortnite and the waves they've made, as they have had an incredible success in both player counts and revenue. So, how do Fortnite manage to achieve a continuous revenue stream? The answer is in-game cosmetic skins. And what did we just casually see disrupt our precious Battlefield lineage? An influx of colourful, immersion-breaking skins. Cosmetic skins are not pay to win, they are optional and only extract money from the willing. If skins is the additional revenue stream DICE are pursuing, then I think it's win for DICE and win for the players. It's win-win. We get non-stop updates and don't have to pay extra if we don't want to. It's just win-win. I think we've also had a sneak peek to how DICE plans to actually implement this. Let's take a look at Fortnite again. Battle Pass is a feature whereby you pay for skins, but you only get them if you actually return to the game frequently. So it achieves two things: revenue and players never leaving the game. Players coming back to the game on a daily or even weekly basis. Now let's look at something DICE have just implemented in our existing Battlefield 1 game at the same time as the Battlefield 5 release. Something they call a weekly progression system. Could this be a precursor to a fundamental system in Battlefield 5? On closer look, the similarities with Fortnite are remarkable. You have daily assignments, weekly assignments, no different to Fortnite's weekly challenges and daily challenges. So if I'm right, then Battlefield are hoping this weekly progression system will be one possible delivery mechanism of skins, whilst also serving the purpose of ensuring player counts stay consistently high on an ongoing basis.
At the end of it, we really want you to be kind of experiences daily, weekly and monthly events leading up to kind of the pinnacle of the grand operations and experience to achieve those special assignments, getting treated with extra rewards. So it is about keeping it fresh and constantly evolving, since what we see here and talk about here today is just the beginning. And as you play it through, you start to be taken to a new horizon, new locations, new gameplay, and I mean, stick in for the ride.
It sounds like it's going to be one of those experiences where the more I play, the more cool stuff I can get. I get rewarded for my time.
Maybe they'll go a step further and also implement another delivery mechanism of, say, a shop, just like Fortnite, where you can buy more cosmetic skins. What do you guys reckon? Let me know in the comments if you can think of other ways they can do this. Now, what about Battle Royale? It's the elephant in the room. Would Battlefield also have their own version of a Battle Royale? I mean, listen to the description of this new Grand Operations mode.
We're bringing back operations with a bang, and we're calling it Grand Operations. Here, you'll experience multiple game modes as you fight over multiple maps, all wrapped within our narrative journey through historically inspired battles from World War II.
Now, Daniel just talked about a new multiplayer experience called Grand Operations.
Airborne being power dropped in, and it's operations from Battlefield 1, but bigger. It's really good.
Yeah, I mean, what we want players to feel like is sort of a dynamic player-impacted experience taking place over 4 fictional days. I mean, day 1 starts with you jumping out of an airplane and with the objective to destroy the enemy artillery, with that enemy sort of entrenching themselves to defend and protect. And depending on how the outcome of day 1 goes for you, as the two main forces start to battle over day 2 in a game of breakthrough, with the number of lives you have left remaining, depending on what you did the day before. And then as you continue to push on into new locations, we're going to see things like Conquest Assault, where players continue to fight for that terrain. And assuming, when we see these players end up in a giant stalemate, then they're going to enter day 4, which is Final Stand. And I mean, this is sort of tired, muddy, no resources left. You've got just you, your squad, and one clip, and you all fight to the last man standing with the weight of the world on your shoulders.
We don't know much at all about this new mode at this point, and there is much open to interpretation, maybe purposefully so, maybe there's still decisions to be made. However, what we do know is they're building mechanics to enable parachuting from planes over where you want on the map. Sounds familiar? And the description of Last Stand at the end of the Grand Operations also sounds very familiar to Battle Royale. Maybe they still have plans to release a Battle Royale on launch, or maybe they think that's too risky and plan to do it as part of some of their ongoing indefinite updates. One can only speculate, but anyway guys, that's enough speculation from me. What do you guys think? How would you change my theory? And do you agree with me? Let me know in the comments exactly what you think. I'd love to hear. Until next time guys, peace.